I'd say nothing better than game day face Bobby Hurley. We got the pregame face Bobby Hurley here joining us on the pregame show. Thank you so much, Coach, for stopping by.
Ashley, yeah.
I've got a lot I want to ask you, but I just found out as you walked up that you said your basketball career kind of started with our guy P.J. here. So tell me about Seton Hall basketball camp.
Just say great memories going up to with Coach, and he ran a great camp, and you know, good instruction, obviously. You know, it helped my fundamentals.
See that pitchfork? He's speaking with forked tongue right now. He's not telling the truth.
Especially
he knew how
defense.
To play well before we got our hands on him.
If you can't learn how to play defense from this guy, then you're not paying attention. So definitely picked up a few things, but the best thing was Friday, because that was championship day at the camp, and Coach always had the best you know, trophies and Nike apparel and posters and different things that kids love. So it was always great.
What do you remember about Bobby back in the day? Because you coached him then, and then you also coached him in '91.
Well, that was fun. What I didn't like was coaching against him. He lit us up when he was at Duke, but he was such a great. Look at this. There's a whole picture there. There's a couple guys. There's Bobby and I. My hair color's a little different and a lot longer. Yeah. Bobby looks exactly the same.
Yeah, sure.
I think we both look exactly the same.
You see, you know, in that front row down at the other end, there's a couple other point guards. Adonis Jordan is next to that Miller guy. I don't know where he coaches somewhere in this league also.
Yeah, Sean and I always talk about that experience. Such a good experience. Yep. I remember we won the gold medal, and you took us, because we didn't get a good meal in Sheffield. I lost like 10 pounds, Sheffield, England. Yeah. But then you took us to London to a great Italian restaurant. We had a great time.
We had a good time. Yeah, living in the village was not all that special, but it was a great team. Roy Williams was one of our assistants, Pete Gillen, and these guys played great. Obviously, we had 3 fantastic point guards, and it was always fun. But I mean, I think you're born when, like 71?
71.
I think I've known Bobby since 72 or 73. Wow. His parents, Bob and Chris, and trying to recruit over the years at St. Anthony's.
Yeah, you couldn't get him, right?
Well,
did he recruit you? I want to know, did he really go after Seton Hall?
Yeah, I mean, yes, and John Carroll. I mean, he had a great staff, and they recruited us for a while.
Well, the problem was he knew us well. I mean, we had no chance. Yeah, exactly. We had no chance. All those times coming to the camp. No, it was his team, his senior year, and he played on a lot of good high school teams, but his senior year in particular, we got the other two, Jerry Walker and Terry DeHare, great players. And Terry's good buddies with somebody you're going to face tonight, Lewis King from Jersey City. But his father, obviously, a Hall of Fame, as good a high school coach, good a basketball coach as there's ever been.
But you got his brother, right?
We got Danny. It was good, and unfortunately, they had to play against each other once. It was
very
maybe the most uncomfortable game, really, for the two of them to play. Plus, we've got him here now. He wants to go watch UConn on TV, and instead, we ruined
walking down memory lane.
UConn was up 10, and I'm going to miss the last 8 minutes
You're welcome,
of the
Coach.
first half, but I'll catch the second half.
I just want to say, so now as PJ claims all of the success that you're having, just know that we'll know that that's the backstory and that's where it's coming from. I'm curious, game day for you, what is, you don't play until tonight, 7:30 local time. What's game day looking like for you?
I mean, I get up fairly early. I run at my club. I run 3 miles, and then I go home, and I have a Peloton bike. I do that for 30 minutes. So I burn a lot of calories game day, and then, you know, I'll fast the whole day. I don't eat on game day. I have certain, you know, superstitions, things that I guess former athletes develop that you do on a game day. And you know, I'll watch some film of Oregon, get ready for shoot around, and then from there, it's just like those hours leading into the game are the worst, like the 2 or 3 hours before, because you're just all kinds of tension and anxiety, and you just want the game to go.
You know, I'm curious. We just had a video of Dort, and he was guarding Ethan Thompson. I don't know if you remember that play the other night, right after the second half started. I mean, just unbelievable. Picked him up, I think, at like 75 feet or something like that. And we were talking about, you and I played against 2 of the toughest defenders of all time. Well, Greg Anthony was one of the toughest ever on-ball defenders. In fact, you were one of the toughest when I played against you. And I just wondered, when you go back to your Duke days, and you go out here with your team, and you have Dort and those guys defending, you talked about defense at his camp. Like, what was the secret sauce at Duke for you guys as a defensive team? Because I thought one of the greatest defensive teams I've ever seen.
Well, if you could convince your team to defend and make your opponent uncomfortable, put pressure on the ball, you know, get them out of rhythm, you know, you're going to hopefully force them to shoot some tough contested shots, which is going to lead to the transition and opportunities in the open court. It's amazing when we watch film and we guard with great energy and we force our opponent into a tough shot or a turnover. The reward is the guys are in the open floor and someone's dunking it or, you know, hitting a 3. And so you got to convince the guys, hey, if you know, dedicate that type of energy to that end of the floor, that there's going to be a reward for it when you go the other way.
When you were at Cameron playing for Mike, was that when you started with slap the floor, or was that after you? Those guys, you guys would come out to half court and they'd be banging on the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
and pick it up.
That was Tommy Amaker. I think Tommy started that one, and you had to be very strategic with that. You had to know when to use it, and when you did it, it better work.
You better back it up.
Yes.
Wojo was the last one to do it, I think. But Wojo was one of the last slapping the floor guys.
Yeah.
We'll see it behind us when he has shoot around later. Dort was doing it yesterday.
Was he?
Well, he wasn't slapping the floor, but he was guarding full court.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing that was immediately drawn to Lou, and he did it in AAU, which rarely happens. You rarely see a guy pick someone up full court in AAU basketball, and he's a two-way player and takes a lot of pride in his defense, and Remy does as well. So I think I have two guys that really I could trade off on an opposing point guard and really pressure the basketball.
Well, Coach, we are looking forward to seeing your team out here tonight. Thanks for the time. And I can't believe you fast all day on game days and you still have that much energy on the sideline.
Well, no, I'll fluid. I'll have some Diet Cokes and things to make sure that I'm ready to roll.
I'm impressed.
But yeah, no, I appreciate that.